I'm here with two ACBS International board members, and we are dispelling myths of vintage boat ownership today. The first myth that we hear a lot of is, I could never afford one of these vintage boats. What do we have to say to somebody that's out there that loves the look, loves the feel, loves coming out here to a boat show, but thinks that it's not for them because they can't afford it?
I think the first thing there, Seth, is just ask. So here's a great boat. It's a 1955 18-foot Continental, great family boat, user boat, been well maintained. You can probably be into this boat for $25,000 to $30,000 and enjoy it for a very long time.
I haven't looked lately, but there were a bunch of wakeboard boats at my local boat show, and I don't think they were in the 25 to 30K range.
Absolutely, I think you have to have a multiple of 10 on that. Yes.
So it can be an affordable hobby to get into. And we've got other boats here that are fiberglass boats. We've got outboard boats. And so there's lots of different options from the affordability standpoint.
Absolutely.
My
Yes.
kids grew up on a 51 Holiday, water skiing and tubing off the back of the boat.
Well, that brings us to the second myth of vintage boat ownership, and that's that these boats are way too beautiful to use. And so people think they're museum pieces and they just sit in the garage. But we're out here, you mentioned, water skiing behind these things. These are very usable boats. Tell us a little bit about that and, what does it mean to own one of these things and actually use it?
These boats were made to be used. These were family boats from the 50s and 60s, 40s in some cases, and they're big, powerful motors, able to get people out of the water easily. If you look inside, and he'll come over and film it, but there's plenty of room to walk around, and have picnics and what have you. As I said, my kids grew up on our boat, and we use it every year. So,
And I use mine as well. And I know you're out on the water as well.
yes.
The third myth is that these take just way too much maintenance. There's a lot of work involved, and certainly there is in any boat that you have, whether it's a fiberglass boat that you need to buff and wax or a wooden boat that you need to varnish. But people have maybe an impression that it's an oppressive amount of maintenance and that maybe you can't get parts, things like that. What would you have to say to dispel that myth?
Well, I think you look at the boat and you look at the fit and finish on this boat. That varnish can last 3 or 4 years, and it's very easy for a do-it-yourselfer to redo the varnish on the boat. It's not a major undertaking year in, year out. As far as the motors, many times you can find this boat with what we call modern power, and you can buy your parts at Murray's Auto Parts, or you can buy them on Amazon. So and many of your dealers can actually work on the boat. So from a maintenance standpoint, once you buy a restored boat, it's just maintaining the boat like you said you'd maintain any other boat.
The original motors are basic motors. I mean, there's no computer chips. There's nothing electronic to break down. It's your basic motor. I can't tell you how many Sunday afternoons I've been in a Napa Auto Parts buying distributor caps and what have you.
And on maintenance, this is something where the ACBS, the Antique and Classic Boat Society, can really help because we have experts, we have sponsors, we've got people that have maintained these boats for a number of years. If you show up to one of our chapter events, you're going to find somebody that has experienced the same kind of maintenance challenges that you might have on that boat. So you're not in this alone, and there's a lot of people that are available to help you out.
Yeah. Without question, the ACBS is your ultimate DIY organization. It's what I learned I want to pass on. And from an educational standpoint, if you look online, we've got over 100 videos on boat restoration, boat maintenance, boat owning, boat safety. There's just so many things that just don't be afraid to ask somebody because they'll tell you how much fun it'll be.
And we've got a whole host of advertisers and sponsors that sell the products that you need and can find the part that you need to maintain your boat. The final myth that we want to talk about today is about holding its value. Some people think these are investment opportunities, they're high dollar, that kind of thing. We already talked about the affordability of getting into one of these boats, but what about the maintaining its value piece?
So I wouldn't buy anything that I was going to have fun taking around on a lake and expect to hold any value. That said, I can go out this afternoon and buy a brand new 21-foot center console boat, and it would probably be $125,000, and in 3 years it'll be half that. I could probably go out this afternoon and the owner of this boat, if you can't see it, but it is for sale right now, you could probably buy this boat for $25,000 to $30,000, and I guarantee you in 3 years it's going to be worth a lot closer to $25,000 to $30,000 than half. So.
Exactly right.
Yeah. Well, gentlemen, thank you so much for spending some time. We love all of our ACBS members. If you're not a member of a local chapter, join the ACBS, join this community, and get into vintage boat ownership. There's a lot of myths out there, and one of the things that we do as an organization is try to dispel those myths and educate people. So thank you so much for spending the time, and enjoy the show.
Thank you, Seth.
Thanks, Seth. You do a great job, man.